So if you're a bit like me and you have a lot of art supplies, I decided to accumulate every single one of my art supplies in one color. And in today's video, we're going to be making an illustration with every single pink art supply that I own. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I decided to do was gather all of my pink perfect art supplies and put it over to the left side of my table. So that way, when I'm all done using a marker, I can throw it to the next side, and that would be one marker down. So the first thing I'm going to do is think of everything pink that comes to mind. Like bubblegum, strawberry ice cream, or even cotton candy. These were the things that was running through my head, and I barely got anywhere. I think one of the hardest parts of doing this challenge was finding an actual pose to draw. So you know what I did? I went to my trusty best friend Pinterest and searched up a pose. It took me a while, and even when you're seeing this clip, I still didn't completely find the pose, but I ended up finding this pose. It's a very simple pose. It's just some girl with her hands on her hip, which is something that I usually do, but I wanted this just to have more life to it than just a person standing there. So I don't know, you can be the judge of that. So I moved across my sketchbook and started to sketch my sketch for the illustration. So the first pink art supply that I used was a Prismacolor colored pencil. And the only thing about this is that it was not an erasable colored pencil. It was just a colored pencil. Which meant for me is that I had to draw with this colored pencil very light. And this was a bit of a challenge, and you'll see maybe I didn't listen to all the rules. But I started off with my basic sketch for my illustration, and it was going pretty smoothly. I just had to remember not to press down too hard because it would not erase. I was thinking as if it was like a Prismacolor color erase and how it would show through the finished illustration like other people's art does, but just because it isn't a color erase, it'll show even more, so I just want to be really mindful of that, you know. But I really do like how this finished illustration turned out. It turned out really flow and loose and like flowy, which is what I was going for, as you can tell. Well, you can't tell, but as you will be able to notice later on as we get into the illustration. But as far as the pose, I was really happy with how it was going. But do you remember when I said I may or may have not listened to all the rules? Well, this is one. I did really want to stick with doing everything pink because, you know, that's the theme of the challenge. But I just had to use a pencil because it was just so hard not to. So I ended up going in with like my mechanical pencil, which is just graphite, and it was gray, just to line out everything so I can just really see what I'm doing. I'm not actually used to sketching with any colored anything, so this was completely like new to me. This was like an experiment in itself, but yeah, I did a little bit cheap. So for the outfit, I really like wanted it to go with the wind along with the hair, like everything really flowy, like I said, because I just wanted this to be like, you know, really lively since it's pink. Pink is my favorite color, pink and green, and I just wanted this to turn out good. Now, at the end of the day, it's really not my complete favorite illustration, like my, I guess, best piece that I can do ever, but I think it turned out really good. But we're not there yet. We're not there. Let me focus on what we're doing. So the second marker that they used was a Ohuhu marker, alcohol-based marker, and I think it was 29. I used 29 because it's like a very fair, light pink, you know, fleshy skin tone that I think I could be able to pull off, especially since the Prismacolor pencil was pink as well, so that would just work with me instead of against me. And to like even emphasize that even more, later you'll see that I outlined the illustration with the pink Prismacolor pencil that I was using. I really did just hold on to this Prismacolor color pencil. Prismacolor color pencil, say that like 5 times fast. But yeah, I really did use this color pencil a lot, and watching this, it's taken me a while just to move on with all the other colors. But don't worry, I'll get into all of them. So, what do I think about this challenge? I think this challenge is like really fun. It was really fun for me. You had to kind of think towards, you know, when we get further in, and I would use the more colors and stuff for like the hair and the dress. I like went into like some obstacles or like some challenges where like if I used a too dark of a color on the hair, it kind of messed it up. And how would I be able to fix that and stuff? I think it's really nerve-wracking, don't even get me wrong. But it was really fun to kind of, you know, do something different to yourself, you know? And it's all the same. And then you have to work on like contrast. You don't want all of them to blend in with each other, but you don't want them all to be too similar. So to me, it was a really good, fun, a little nerve-wracking experience. But it gives you a chance to be creative and just to have fun, really, because that's the main thing about art. It's just to have fun. So I would really just recommend it to anyone. Get all your art supplies that's one color, or do all of your art supplies if you're up to that kind of challenge, and just have fun with it. So yes, I finally decided that it would be a good idea to swatch down everything that I was using on my pink art supplies. I should have done this in the beginning, but hey, I'm doing it now. And what I did, I just swatched out all my pink art supplies that I'm using for this illustration, all the pink art supplies that I could find, so I can just have a sheet to look at. So if I wanted to add another color, then I can just look at the sheet as a swatch list. Okay, so my initial thoughts for this dress was to do some type of ombre effect where we'll go from the darkest colors to the lightest. That cheap marker that you just saw was actually a water-based marker, and I put that on top on first because it added some type of texture to the dress that I liked. That's why I went back in and added it again. And with my darker Prismacolor color pencil, I added like little flowers to it, even though at first I was like, really? Flowers? But at the end, it didn't turn out too bad. Not gonna lie, towards this point, I was getting a little tired of this challenge, but I kept pushing through. At this point, I was just kind of scribbling things, just trying to see where I can place other things without ruining the illustration. But this marker was so difficult to work with. Like, I would use it and then I would like rub it on the thing, on the paper, and some of the paper would actually like rip off because it's like a chalk permanent marker. But it was really gross. So I ended up covering it up with a highlighter like Ohuhu marker. Ohuhu marker is just alcohol-based marker, and it ended up making it look really better. Really, grammar? And yeah, it's just what I did. It was not it. Okay, now we're pulling out the big guns. I just got my gouache paint. I had to remember that for a second. I just got my gouache paint, and I was going to use this gouache paint to do something with the background. I almost forgot about this, not even gonna lie, but I got it. And this pink color that I'm using was the only pink that was pre-made that I didn't have to make myself, of course. And I just colored that on the background. One thing with this is that, like I already said, at this point it was like getting like really long. It was like so much pink. Pink is my absolute favorite color, but you know, it was a lot of pink. So I ended up kind of being a little bit sloppier with this paint than I wanted to. Like, I went over that little background thing, and I even accidentally got some on her skin. Towards the end, it looked like it wasn't like I really meant to. I was just being so lazy, and I didn't want to go get another brush to get that little white spot by her ear. But hey, accidents happen, okay? I also thought it was really cool because it lets you know that, yes, I did use more than one medium in this challenge. Like paint as the background, markers, water-based markers, more markers, mostly markers, oil pastels. Let's go. And that is all. I hope you guys had a good time here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this. I really had to be really creative. I think the white gel pen definitely saved this drawing. But anyway, I hope you guys have a Peach-Tastic, perfect, blessed day. I hope you're at church praising the Lord because today is his day. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.